It's NFC East football on Sunday night.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D, as their guys will do battle with the Washington football team. Brendan Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you think about matchups in the NFL, you're usually thinking this offense versus this defense. But this game here, we get two different offensive philosophies that are matching up in this one.
Yeah, we certainly do, because on one side, you've got a team that not only loves to throw the football, they do it quite well. They're the #1 passing offense in the league. And on the other sideline, the ground game is their strength. They're a top 5 unit in the league. So contrasting styles of moving the football. To me, this is going to make for a very interesting ball game.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. From the 6. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Well, that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 16 carries, 81 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the #4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space because the defense will key on them.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A first down carry by Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Elliott going to get it again on second down. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. On play action, Prescott. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led by a 3-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season. It's Deshaun Watson.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Gosh, when you've got Deshaun Watson, Charles, executing a run-pass option, that puts the defense in a tough spot, does it not?
It does, and what I liked is that you called me this week, watching your own video, your own tape, and you said, I think the runner's going to pop a few this week because of what we've seen from Deshaun Watson. His ability to get to the corner, that's where the focus will go.
Watson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. To throw is Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
And his kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go. But, you know, there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And, Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So, in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year. That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. It's their third drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing. Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. On first down, Elliott. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Dak going to hand it to Elliott on the option. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. The give is to Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. They watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages, blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline or from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Prescott. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Jonathan Allen, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So now Dak Prescott off, Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Barkley, toss play left. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Watson. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not posts.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 20. 45 yards rushing for him now to this. On 2nd down, Elliott once more. At the 30 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Prescott to throw it. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
A first down carry for Barkley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's a give to Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now Watson. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Back to throw, Watson. And that's caught left side. Seals-Jones with it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Barkley. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game, because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. On third down, it's Prescott. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jonathan Allen, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a nice second effort we just saw there. So I'm trying to get to the end zone, but a lot of times near the goal line, that second effort can lead to disaster. Make sure you hold on to the football because there's going to be guys swarming when you're carrying it.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Barkley again.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Saquon Barkley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Prescott now.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. They're kind of a quirk in the schedule. These two division rivals didn't see each other much of the year. Their first meeting was just a few weeks ago, back in Week 14. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. That's a corner that got in there for the sack. Dante Jackson.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Let's go! Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On 1st down, it's Watson. That's complete to his tight end, Seals-Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Yeah, baby! Woo! What is that? 19! Check, Mike 42. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And it's caught off the deflection. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Sometimes those tip balls turn out to be like a pinball, just bounce all over the place. Everyone's got to go up and get it. In this case,
well, we talk about tip drills for defensive players like you, but what about the offensive guys? They do any tip drills?
I think they work on it as well, oftentimes in the Hail Mary situations, because you're actually counting on a ball being tipped to give you an extra chance to catch it. They use that training well.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll throw again. Prescott.
And he'll go underneath here to Elliott.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Strong coverage by Washington. And now 4th down. So now Dak Prescott off. Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Off of play action, it's Watson. It's caught. Beckham. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now it's Watson. He dumps it off to Barkley. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. Again, it's Watson. Brown has the 1st down and much more. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A final shot before the break. Watson. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top.
As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where you see the final score there. Jarvis Landry leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Russell Wilson, excellent in the win, as his guys up their mark to 11-4 now with 1 game to play. And finally, on Monday Night Football, no Ricky Williams, but it is the Dolphins and the Saints to wrap up Week 16 from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10, Watson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Wide open receiver, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. And this is caught. It's Brown. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A huge play there for Washington.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Open man is Chase, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Attention.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. And his kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They go to Elliott again. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
60 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On play action, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. That's Gallup on the slant. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Looking to throw, Prescott. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Prescott. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Prescott to throw it. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story as he was approaching 19 miles an hour on that one.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Throwing, Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Watson on first down. To Barkley on the check down. Not much there, only a yard. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, that's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, here's Watson.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation. Take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. It's caught by OBJ. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. To throw on second is Watson.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. Washington on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. Got a man here, it's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys that just gave up that play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Here we go on the next drive for Washington.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative.
But you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And this one is right through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run it with Elliott, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And down inside the 15 he goes.
57 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now Saquon Barkley. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Watson. Incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. And his kick is indeed good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by. But that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed him out quite a bit so far. But it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Prescott now. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Prescott. And this is incomplete. 2nd and 10. Prescott yet again. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. And now another one thrown incomplete. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Watch the boot, watch the boot. Mike 42, Mike 42.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Faking the give. Now Watson. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Come on now, let's make it happen, baby. Let's make it happen.
Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys.
And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2 times. 4 down. 14's the mic.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
Even with a big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line.
75 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
He'll try again.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Sly on for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense.
And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young
in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Completes it right side to Cooper.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
Chase Young
has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Gallup.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.